I'm the man that stood up. Everybody talks a good game. I hear everybody talking. Oh man, you should do this and you should do that. And I'm the one that always be like, well, why don't you step up?
You walking like you talking.
You know, I'm the man that did what he said he was doing.
Chip on my shoulder. I got something to prove, like a gun in a holster. Loaded, ready to shoot. Got big energy. Ain't scared to dream. Got big energy. Got big energy.
You know this a different energy,
Well,
right?
we're going this last round is called the Fire Squad round. Just a bunch of fun questions you guys can ask any way you want, pick just as fast as possible, okay? First, psychology state there's only two emotions, right? Being loved and feared. Which one you rather be?
Loved.
Wow.
Being feared is sort of, what's the word I wanted? I'm trying. It's not a real emotion. Being feared is they're scared of you, you know. And I would rather be loved than to be feared. But I have been feared.
What about you, Coach?
You know, it's a fine line between the two. The respect, and I don't necessarily say feared, as to they're scared of you, but when they fear you as an authoritative person, then they're more likely to try to not disappoint you. I love being loved. I love loving my kids. I love letting my kids know that I love them. But sometimes there has to be an authoritative person, just as a police officer, just as a judge. Somebody has to set the rules and demand that the rules be followed. So it's kind of it's just such a thin line. It's
line between
damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
So I want to be loved, but I want the respect of fear.
Gotcha.
And when I say that, I don't mean being scared of me, but not wanting to disappoint me, understanding that they have to follow what
grandfather
yes.
figure, right? Yeah. All right. What are you guys' biggest fear?
My biggest fear is not succeeding.
I can agree with that.
And I'm gonna just say a little quick thing about that. Last year, I went through a little thing where a lot of my kids were not logging in. And if you don't log in after a certain time, they'll kick you out of school. So 80% of my kids got kicked out of school last year. I'm not even gonna lie.
Wow.
I'm just gonna tell you, there was no funding. They had to get out there and beat the bushes trying to look for some funding and sponsorships in order to get to the next game. So did the Vipers.
Yeah.
I ended up having to come out of pocket a lot. I went $22,000 in the hole last year. Some of the parents, because see, we have housing set up. So I tried the month-to-month thing with the parents. Everybody was supposed to pay their money and everything. They didn't. So guess who was responsible to make sure that if it didn't get paid, you're gonna lose half the team and go home. I'm afraid of not succeeding. So I went in my personal bank account and I made sure the team stayed together. They made sure the team stayed together.
Well, you got a good woman at home.
Oh,
you got a good woman at home to do that, brother.
Well, you know, she helped build this.
What's her name?
Tracy.
Tracy, God bless you, sister. You're a good woman
build
for
this.
them digging this savings account to do that, man.
Yeah.
That's a blessing, brother.
So that's, you know, I don't want people to be like, and I'm gonna get really real with you now, all right? And my counterpart is here. He's gonna, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. a lot of folk, because we're African American led, we're scrutinized a whole lot more. They're gonna be like, oh, as soon as something happens, oh, see, I told you, yeah, them.
It's like they want you to fail. It's like they wait for you to fail, something just to mess up. Yeah.
I saw failure lurking around the corner. I said, you got to stay on over there, bro, because I'm gonna make this. This is going to succeed.
I respect that. What about you, Coach?
Failing the kids, failing the program. As in, any business, it takes years to build it to where it needs to be, and this program is the same. It's going to take, many years, and we do many different types of things. But the biggest thing is failing the kids, and that by doing that, not giving them their opportunities to succeed, not giving them the things that they need, and basing off what he said, everybody's got a different idea when it comes to racism and things of that nature. Being a career police officer, I believe a lot of racism is culture instead of color. Because you watch the way different people interact with different people, and it'll come off really bad to this guy, but this guy right here, they're best friends.
I agree.
But for me, with the African American kid, especially in this area, is we got to be able to instill hope. We got to show them there's an avenue to succeed, instead of them.
It's more to life than the environment that you're in right now.
Yeah, they've been told their whole life this is all you got.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You got all these opportunities. You just got to understand they're there, and you got to take that first step.
Yeah.
And that's something that I think is very important. And so my biggest fear is failing the kids and not giving them that opportunity.
I respect that. What player or players that you guys was impressed last season and could really see going forward, taking his talents to the next level? And the team you played for.
That would be several.
That's why I say
But
players too.
that would be several, and I would be doing an injustice if I actually call these names out. But what I would say is they are really learning as a returning player coming back this year that grades are everything.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
And that's what we're instilling in them. And
Hold on real quick, stop right there. Baby, you heard that? Grades are everything. All right, continue. I just want to make sure she heard that.
and it's just like he was saying, we want the churches involved. It's actually mandatory that we have, because I want to make sure that each and every one of our players have somebody in their ear whispering the word of God. Without God, nothing would be possible. This would not even be here. So because we're privatized, I don't have to worry about the government coming in and saying, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. We set our own rules, And one of the things is making sure that they know who Jesus Christ and God is. You know what I'm saying? And we're always looking for volunteers. We're always looking for volunteer coaches. We're looking for volunteer teachers, a little bit of everything. We're looking for laptops, because some of these boys can't afford to get their own laptop. So I found myself going to a rental company and renting the laptop so they could have them. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing everything possible to ensure that these kids are getting what they need. We're not just a football team. I'm gonna say this again. We are not just a football team. We are a ministry. We are a sports ministry. And that's how I instill it through all my programs. Everybody has to have the same, it's just like Burger King. You go in, I used to be a manager at Burger King. You go in there and you put 4 pickles, spiral ring of ketchup, an ounce of onions. All right. Everybody go to any one of my programs, they're gonna find consistency. They're gonna find a church backing them. They're gonna find, I also have a mentorship organization called It Takes a Village. I'm trying to get back to that. We done got away from that. Nowadays, you got parents out here jumping on folks. You can't tell my kid nothing. You can't tell him what to do, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, so, you know, also, you know, we're trying to, I don't know, Coach don't know about this one, but I'm trying to build a life skills academy that's attached to the programs. Because I don't know if you remember this, but we used to have home ec.
I remember that.
You know, we had to learn how to iron, sew, cook.
I love homemaking in high school, man.
They done took it out of the schools.
First of all, lots of cookies. That's where the women was at.
Yep. Yep.
We don't have that no more. I'm
Yeah.
bringing it back. I got to bring it back, man, because some of these kids, when they come into their apartments, only thing they know is to get some microwave dinners and slap them in there. I'm like, come on, man. Here go this pot. Here go some eggs. Let me at least show you how to fry eggs.
Right, egg. At least, yeah.
So,
What about you, Coach?
Well, like I said, I want to advance the program, to advance the kids. You know, we're not per se second chance you like you see on ESPN, but we're
That's the vibe I get.
Yeah, but we're giving kids another opportunity who went somewhere and for whatever reason it didn't work out, and we're giving the kids that didn't do what they needed to do in high school, you know, the chance to get going. Or, you know, some of the kids that are pretty decent athletes, but just weren't, you know, Carolina material. Instead of them just giving up on their dream, we're giving them that opportunity, and we have to help them succeed, and we have to give them the hope and the belief that they can succeed. And, you know, as a former athlete myself, and I've policed my whole career in rural areas, you know, if you don't have that piece of paper, if you don't have that diploma, if you don't have that hope, you don't have that dream, you don't have that structure to get into a job, even if you have to start at the bottom and move your way up, then you're never going to break the cycle. And until we break the cycle, we're not going to change the way things are. By breaking the cycle, teaching kids that they don't have to settle for this, that they can reach for here, and even if they only plateau in the middle, life is so much better than it was here. And so that's our goal: get these kids in, get them successful, teach them structure, how to, you know, follow the rules, and just move on, do the things they need to do. And, you know, America's at a crossroads right now, and more people are working from home. And if you have those computer skills from doing your schoolwork, hey, that's, you know, a good job that pays you well, takes care of your family. Building communities. You go to places like Lamar, Sherrall, Lakeview, some of these small towns, football is all they have. I mean, Lamar is a town of 900 people, and their whole encompass, you know, they'll travel 2,000 or 3,000 people to a high school football game. So, you know, when you give the community an event, and then they all learn to love it and get ready for it, then your likelihood for trouble at that event goes down extremely. And it gives people something to talk about all year long, just as we do with Carolina and Clemson, you know, our NFL teams. It gives, you know, people all day long. You could be a Clemson fan, I'm a Carolina fan, all year long. We're gonna get you this year. No, you got a chance. Oh, you do this, kid. We want that vibe through our communities, and we want, as we build our program with our schools in Greensboro, Rock Hill, you know, the Florida area, other places in South Carolina, then we can develop that rivalry, and we can develop that vibe. And I think that not only helps our program, but look what it does to a community when a community has that to look forward to. And you know, they get behind their kids, they get excited, they have a lot of fun. That's when we can get, you know, high school bands out, pep bands to play at our games. We can get, you know, cheer squads, bringing out these dance schools, letting their kids perform in front of people. So I guess building a vibe is one of our biggest issues, and that we have to become successful to move to that level. And a lot of these programs fail on finances, and that's something that we're trying to avoid. And any kids watching, we have the full financial aid packages that any four-year school has. So your financial aid is there, and you can get that, and it helps you with the program, helps you get in school. You log on to your account, 3 times a week? 3 times a week, and you kind of you can go into that at any time if you're not doing it in study hall. That way they can continue to work, lift weights, run, do all they need to do. But, it's just mandatory that they prepare and move themselves to the next level. Kind of like Coach Kincaid said earlier, we're trying to give kids a chance. We're trying to give back. But more importantly than giving back is we're trying to move forward. We want kids to move forward. We don't want them to, here, take this little welfare check. We want them to build themselves to the point where they, as men, can take care of not only their families, but their communities, their parents, their churches, and build what we used to have. And that's something that, like when we were growing up, Coach Kincaid was talking about the parents now. Don't you talk to my child like that. Well, if the neighbor got a hold to you, you got it again when you got home.
There you go. Yep.
So, but in the process of giving back, we want moving forward. We want kids taking that step, and that's something that we preach, we look after, and hopefully getting involved with programs like yours and being able to meet new people and them seeing that our program is a success will help us move on. My first success happened this year. One of my players last year is at North Carolina Central now. I got a kid coming back in the fall. He missed last year because of military duties. There's no doubt that I'll be able to get him into possibly a Division I school. And this kid would have been lost in the system had that not been the case. So we're starting to have our success. We're starting to see some success, and as more kids get to these programs, and I think Deion Sanders, like him or dislike him,
I love him.
Oh, I'm a huge Deion fan. I'm a monster Deion fan.
Yeah.
But I think he reinvigorated the HBCUs. And now some of these kids that just thought it was a party realize that it's an opportunity. And it's got more people involved. And we have so many of those in this area that these kids, can get involved with. They've got so many of the people in their church involved with them. I mean, it's just, if the program builds like we want it to, it's just can turn into such good things.
Last question for you guys. When it's all said and done, how do you want everybody to remember Donald Kincaid? And same question for you. When it's all said and done, how you want everybody to remember Mike Watson?
I'm the man that stood up. Everybody talks a good game. I hear everybody talking. Oh man, you should do this and you should do that. And I'm the one that always be like, well, why don't you step up?
You walking like you talking.
I'm the man that did what he said he was gonna do. I wrote a children's book called Bullying's Gotta Stop Now. And I'm an anti-bullying advocate. And you just don't find too many people standing up for the things that's going wrong in America today. But I dare to be different. And that's what I want to be remembered by. Coach Kincaid dared to be different. He stood up and did what needed to be done. I'm just looking for everybody out there to come with me.
I respect that. What about you, Coach?
Through my law enforcement career, I was extremely community oriented, especially with the youth. I ran a youth program through our police department. So I want to be remembered as that person that was fair, had compassion, but also did the right thing. But we talked earlier, and you told me you were from Manning, and Coach was in Prosperity and Newberry for a while. So many people in those communities will sit in a forum like this. Oh, I got all these ideas, but they have no avenue to reach that, what they're talking about, and they have no, goal set to monitor what they're doing. So if you're just throwing out ideas and you're not, taking steps to make those ideas become reality, then all you're doing is going in a circle. You're not moving anything forward. And I like to be that person that when I give an idea or I give a thought, how can we reach this goal? And what, on the goal chart, what do we consider successful? And so I want to be remembered as that person that not only talked about doing things, but actually gave it a shot.
That reminds me of a quote from Eleanor Roosevelt: "Small minds discuss people, good minds discuss things, great minds discuss ideas." And that's what I think about you guys, man. Thank you guys for coming on the show. God bless you. Hey, let everybody know your social media, how they can get in contact you, and sponsorships.
My Twitter is the @JR College Scout. The @Junior College Scout. My Facebook is Donald Kincaid. You go on there, you'll see my law enforcement picture on there. You want to reach me, you can call my business number at 855-493-2233. That's 855-493-2233. I'm trying to think. I think that's about it. I don't really use any other social media because I'm gonna be honest with you. Twitter, we recruit about 85% of our team through Twitter.
Everybody, all
Everybody's on Twitter.
Either Twitter or Instagram.
I haven't done Instagram.
Get on Instagram, man.
I gotta get on Instagram. I will. And one last thing that I did want to share. He was talking about Last Chance U. We have a documentary that we want to put forth. We've already done a trailer for it, but COVID hit, kind of knocked everything out, and we're about to get it ramped back up. It's called JUCO Live, and JUCO Live is going to help showcase these kids as well, and show them about the lives of all these different players coming from all different walks of life, because we don't just have local players. We got kids coming out of Kansas City, Iowa, Jersey, New York, Florida, Tennessee. I got one kid coming from Texas this year. So JUCO Live is really going to be a show that I know for a fact that one of the majors, hopefully Netflix, but one of them is going to pick this show up once they see, because we're going to have a little bit of more of real. We're going to have the real life, but there's also going to be some reenactments going on to show some of the roads, the stumbling blocks that we did building this, because we're way different than Last Chance U. Last Chance U are established universities and colleges and junior colleges and stuff like that. I'm showing you how we brought this thing out of the mud.
There you go.
And what we had to do to get to where we are right now. So I definitely want people to support us. Once again, my number is 855-493-2233. Please reach out to me. If you want to talk about Florence, we can talk about Florence. If you want to talk about all the programs, if I got an investor out there, we need dormitories. We need to build. That's one of the biggest things. If we can get housing, we'll change the game.
Change the game, yeah.
We will change the game. So if I got any investors out there that's willing to step up and want to sit down and talk with us, I can show them how I can get them a real nice return on their investment.
What about you, Coach?
My name, once again, is Mike Watson. I'm here in Florence, South Carolina with the PD Predators. You can reach me by phone at 843-598-7170. You can reach me by Facebook. Mike Watson, my profile picture is a yellow Labrador Retriever. Says from Macon, South Carolina. Has part of employment with the Highway Patrol, so you can recognize it by that way. A lot of people do contact me through Facebook Messenger. My email is Chief Watson, CHIEFWATSON. The letter S is in Sierra, the letter P is in Papa, the letter D is in Delta @gmail.com. I check that daily. So if you want to get in touch with me, please do. Kids out there, we'd love to have you. One other thing that I want to touch on as far as donations go, we are a nonprofit. We are not out here trying to make money off of sponsorships. All that money goes straight to programs for the kids. We're not doing the things that, pocketing 80%, giving the kids 20%, like a lot of charities do. We're 100% to the kids. That goes to travel, meals, equipment, game days, school stuff. If we have to help a scholarship kid, that we're not at that point yet. But we want to do what we can to help these kids. If you contact Coach Kincaid, he can give you the information on the nonprofit. Your donations or sponsorships would be tax deductible.
We have that 501c3.
So we would love to have any and all interest in our program, whether it's just somebody that comes to our games, whether it's somebody that, say a church wants to feed our players one day, or any involvement. We'd love to have you. We'd like to, as we build our program, go into providing camps for kids, but we want it to become just a solid entity, just as, say, a USC Sumter is in Sumter, or Newberry College is in Newberry. That takes time, that takes help, but our goal is to build the program from the ground up. And if you are interested in investing in the program, please do, and just know that everything we raise goes straight to programs for these kids. Our goal, we hitting kids from 18 to 25 really hard. So even if you went somewhere to play ball and it didn't work out, contact us. That's what we're here for. We're here to give you that next shot. If you didn't get your shot coming out of high school, or you didn't take your shot coming out of high school, that's what we're here for. And most of our games are within a region, so you don't have these 2 or 3 day travels and things of that nature. And our goal is to make you a better man, not bring you down.
Take advantage of it, young man. Take advantage of it. Coach, thank you for coming on the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you, man.
Hey, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Mill Experience. And also make sure you check out Shop Talk and Shop Talk After Hours. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Mill Experience. Comment, like, and share. Comment, like, and share. Comment, like, and share.
You can't tell me how to act. Said I can't be successful by sticking messages and rap, but God's with me. Who told you being intelligent is whack? So place your bets. My faith is fresh. I'm gonna make it stretch. Cause I sat there eye to eye with the face of death. And you ain't putting work in unless you break a sweat. Bringing back a 4-course meal. Keep the table set. Step in my belief. I'm